You know, words don't even begin to describe the joy I have right now as I welcome a dear friend, Chris McCarthy, to the airwaves. Good morning, Chris, baby.
Good morning, Phil. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, buddy? How
Well, I
are
have to
you?
tell you, Phil, I'm a lot stronger than I was the last time I talked to the audience here when I was on with Barry. I'm at Southeastern Rehabilitation Center at Charlton Memorial, recovering from COVID and all the other medical problems that came along with that. But I have to say thank you to the WBSM audience, the wonderful prayers that they helped deliver for me, that really helped deliver me over the finish line and back to life, literally. But the cards that I have been getting since I've been here, the visits, the phone calls, really have been wonderful. Very, very inspiring. It's because it's a lonely thing recovering from this. I don't want to say it was easy to survive it compared to this lengthy rehabilitation process, but in some ways it is, because all I had to do was lay there and just decide to live. The doctors did most of the work. Now the work has been transferred more to me. Here's I'm rebuilding my strength and putting my life back together. But, the audience of WBSM has been wonderful. The cards, some people have sent more than one card. I mean, I've been getting wonderful, wonderful cards and prayers from people. I even got some photographs, Phil, that will I'm not going to discuss on the air. You know what you did, Phil. But it has been wonderful.
Did you like it?
I loved it, Phil. It was more of you than I had ever seen before. But
I figure you need a lift.
I need a lift. Phil sent me a wonderful card. He being embraced by numerous women. But also Celeste signed it as well, so
Yes.
he had permission.
By the way, Celeste and I send you our love and our prayers. Chris,
Well, I want to tell people a couple of things. Number one is that first of all, the help I've gotten with, because it's more than just getting over this virus, but there's been a lot of, there's bureaucracy involved, and I do want to thank Senator Mark Montigny for the amount of assistance he's given me and Natalie in navigating this process.
Beautiful.
He and his staff has been wonderful,
Yep.
really wonderful. Of course, Mark knows what it's like to have family members in the hospital, and his mother has been in the hospital, over the years. In fact, I hope I'm not speaking out of school when I say she survived one of the last big pandemics, the polio, virus.
Yeah.
And so let me also put a word in here for everyone who isn't vaccinated to go out and do it if your doctor allows you from this. But anyway, so Mark has been wonderful with helping us with the bureaucracy, right? The things that you don't know anything about until you get hit by it, and you need to navigate it, and you're not in your the best of ways. But I will also say I had a very close encounter in my belief with Mother Teresa. But Phil, you played a very direct role in that. As I didn't get a chance to mention on Barry's show last time around, when I was at St. Luke's Hospital, and really in a bad way, Phil came out and brought a wonderful photograph of Mother Teresa to me. Of course, I had met her when she came to New Bedford, as did, I believe you did, Phil, as well, but other people around the city did.
Mm-hmm.
And so to have that photograph of Mother Teresa, I think, was instrumental not only in my encounter, but also in my healing later on, because she was there sitting right over my bed in photograph form. So I want to thank you, Phil, again for that, and for all the wonderful support you've given both me and Natalie in this, and in addition to the Mother Teresa photograph that you brought out, because I only have so much time, and but I want to make sure I get people in. But Sue Pollock Seaman, she sent out to me here at the hospital some photographs that Hank took of Mother Teresa when she came to New Bedford.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful photographs. Of course, Hank has passed away now. Yeah. And so I really want to thank Sue Pollock Seaman for sending those over to me. I'll treasure those forever. But really beautiful photographs. And again, Phil, when you brought that photograph out to the hospital at a time when it was just so crucial to me.
Yes.
Because, folks, for those of you who maybe missed the first interview when I had really I died, and it was a very, very difficult experience. I had numerous heart attacks, strokes, things like that, chest tube, all kinds of medical problems because of the COVID virus. The COVID virus struck me in many, many ways, but it was through the prayers of the audience and my family and friends that, and I really truly believe that. That's the reason I survived, because if you look at the survivability of what I went through with being on the chest ventilator, the breathing ventilator, the breathing machine.
My God, yeah.
Most people do die from that process. It's just so intrusive to the body. So there's something special about not me, but about the audience and about the prayers. And I really believe it was the spiritual assistance that everyone gave me to help me get through this. And so
You bet.
I do appreciate that. And again, Phil, you bringing Mother Teresa right into my view, I think was instrumental again in this.
You are in our prayers, in our hearts. Chris, we had a call earlier. What about visitors?
Sure. Well, I've had some visitors. Let me just say this. This is my advice. It's my advice. I wouldn't go to any hospital if you don't have the vaccine, because there's all kinds of things at hospitals, and COVID isn't over yet. So I would simply say this. I'd love to have visitors. I've had many. But if you aren't vaccinated, do me a favor. I would feel forever guilty if you came to visit me and picked up something. But they still have, we still have COVID cases all over the place. So I would say don't visit me or anybody in a hospital if you haven't been vaccinated. And if you can't get vaccinated, then avoid places where you could pick up the virus. That's just my advice. I know there are some people who are opposed to the virus vaccination, but I think if you look at what I went through, you come down on the side of taking the risk of getting, there's any risk with any vaccination, but I think you'll. I would say that the people at Southeastern Rehabilitation are wonderful. They embrace visitors. They have been so great here. By the way, Phil, I want to tell you, we have one of the top therapists here, the woman who runs the therapy program, is a woman named B. She's a regular listener. She listens to you every day on the way to work. She told me.
Tell B thank you. And I am so grateful, especially taking good care of you, Chris. By the way, describe some of a typical day of your rehab.
Sure.
What do you do?
Sure. So I try to sleep late, but they don't allow me to do that. Phil, I'm up like you are, around 5:30 in the morning. And then you get dressed and all of that good stuff, have breakfast. But I'm in physical rehabilitation, occupational rehabilitation. I have speech. If you can tell, my voice has gotten a lot better.
A lot.
Yeah,
yes.
And it will continue to improve. That's from the wonderful speech therapy they offer here at Southeastern Rehabilitation Center at Charlton. Again, it's right over in Fall River. It's part of the whole St. Luke's family, South Coast hospital group. It's been really just a lot of people don't know the facility is here. I didn't know the facility was here, but it's an acute rehabilitation center. I have put on a bunch of weight since I got here. They have me climbing stairs. They have me. So it's the people are mostly local. It's a guy from Freetown. I want to call him a kid because I can do that now. Now that I'm 49 years old and I've survived death so far, I guess I can call people kid. But it's a kid who, from Freetown, who's one of the therapists here who does a great job. We have people from Fall River who, people from Dartmouth, people from New Bedford. So really, it's like I never left WBSM.
Yep.
A lot of people who are regular listeners. It was funny. One of the occupational therapists came in and said, well, I know you have a talk radio show. And I said, oh, well, yes, I do. And she said, I know because my mother's a regular listener to Phil and to you and to Barry. And she called me and said, you have Chris as a patient after she heard you on Barry's show. So it is really truthfully, if you unfortunately you're trying to recover from anything, I can't say enough about the wonderful staff out here at Southeastern Rehabilitation Center.
You betcha, you bet. Chris, when you get out, what do you miss right now doing that when you get out?
My dog, I have to tell you. I miss Milo. Yeah. We smuggled him into St. Luke's. I'll admit that now. But we aren't going to do that here at Fall River. But I did it. I wasn't sure what my prognosis was in New Bedford. I had to see Milo.
Right.
So Natalie and another friend of ours helped get him in there to St. Luke's. So I do miss Milo. I tell you what I miss, sitting on the front porch. And I'll tell you what I most missed all.
What's that?
Is doing the radio show.
Yes.
I don't know when I'll be able to come back. It's one thing to do it by phone right now, sitting in the room, but there's a lot of moving parts, Phil, as you know, to running a radio show. I'm looking forward to coming back. It's still the Chris McCarthy Show. I appreciate all the work Brian's done to keep the audience And
we need to get you a producer to sit on one side, and you just fly, baby, fly.
Oh, just fine. So I'm looking for. So I've missed the radio. Obviously, there's been a lot of big issues going on, local, state, national stuff. Obviously, that I would love to have been opining on and talking to the audience about, but in good time. By the way, I've been occasionally watching city council meetings. I did, thanks to Ian Abreu, get a copy of the budget. I looked that over. So I will be back.
Yes.
I will be back and ready to go when it's time for me to come back, to the radio station. But I have missed that. I have missed the audience. I have had an opportunity to talk to some people, which I do appreciate. But Phil, no, I missed most of all being there at the radio station.
Sure.
You know what it's like, Phil.
Of course. Absolutely.
Even when you take a couple days off, you miss it.
Yes.
I've taken months off. I haven't been to work in months. And I point that out. I haven't been to work in months. And it's not, I've been getting stronger, but it's, it hasn't been fun, obviously.
No, I know, but you can tell that you've been working hard, Chris. It's right there in your voice. We can feel it. You're getting stronger and better day by day. So God bless on that. Hey, I have some breaking news for you. Are you ready?
Sure.
Auditor Suzanne Bump just announced she will not seek re-election, creating a rare opening for one of the state's 6 constitutional offices.
Look, I'm not bad with budgets. Maybe I'll run.
Why do you think I brought it up?
Phil, that's not a bad paying job if you can get it.
Oh, my gosh. This will be a very interesting topic, right? I'm sure that folks... We can't wait for Chris to return to talk about things like this or the city council.
By the way, let me nominate State Senator Mark Montigny for that job. He's been overseeing budgets for years in the state of Massachusetts. He knows where the waste, fraud, and abuse is.
Wow.
That would be a very interesting position for him. Probably, of course, he's probably going to be mad at me now for promoting him for that, because that would be a campaign across the state. He's got a lot on his hands with his son and everything. But again, I think we've got a number of people who could do that job from our area. But I do think Mark Montigny should take a very keen look at that.
Look at that. He comes on the show, and he already makes news, folks.
Phil, if there's any callers out there, I'd love to...
We have 5 minutes. Folks, call right now, 508-996-0500, 508-996-0500. Call now. We have 5 minutes to say hi personally to Chris. Speaking of personal... Are there any personal thoughts and messages you want to share with the audience while we're getting the calls?
Well, again, Phil, I do appreciate... Here's a personal message. My iPhone broke at one point, so if you have my phone number and you haven't heard from me, send me a text message. I probably lost your number.
Yes.
So anyway, again, all the cards that people have sent have been wonderful here to Southeastern Regional Southeastern Rehabilitation Center at Charlton Memorial Hospital in Fall River. Wonderful. They really have kept me going, and also some people have shared with me their own personal issues with COVID. But again, I would say this: if you haven't had a vaccine and you can medically take it, and you're not for some reason opposed to it religiously or something like that, you ought to get it. Because if you heard my story, which I think is still up at WBSM, what I went through when I talked to Barry. You don't want to go through that, and I wouldn't want you to go through that either. Absolutely.
Let's say hello to Chris McCarthy over here, and caller, you are first. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Hey.
Oh my God, Shawnee, thank you for the card.
Hi, Chris.
Thank you so much for the card.
Oh, you're welcome. Love you, and I'm praying for you. Can you hear me?
I knew you were praying for me. Thank you so much. And the card was beautiful that you sent me.
Okay, I'll keep praying, and I love you. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Shawnee.
She
sent me a wonderful card. So many listeners.
Hi, Phil.
Hi, Ed.
Okay.
All right.
Let somebody else talk.
Okay,
Bye.
Shawnee. Bye-bye. Chris, that's the kind of phone call that just makes your day, right?
Absolutely. Some days she used to yell at me, so I'm glad.
Oh, here too.
Yeah. I love it.
Hey, good morning. You're on with Chris.
Is that me?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Hello, my name is Johnny One Note. How are you?
There's my man. How you been, Johnny?
Chris, how you doing, brother?
Listen, I'm on the mend. I'm getting stronger every day. I'm walking upstairs.
You sound
I'll
a
be
lot
back.
better now. This man called me from the hospital to wish me a happy birthday in the middle of April.
That's
I
true.
could barely understand him, but he picked up the phone and called me and wished me a happy birthday. Chris, I love you. My wife loves you. We miss you. We're all praying here for you.
Thanks,
and
Johnny.
I hope to see you real soon.
Boy,
Thank
what
you so much.
beautiful, beautiful. Thanks, Johnny.
We're getting. Well, I'll be back soon enough. But I appreciate, again, it's the prayers and the thoughts of all the listeners.
No, oh, absolutely, Chris. Good morning. You're on with Chris McCarthy. Go right ahead, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Chris. Great day to be alive, my friend. You're an inspiration.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All righty. Anything else?
I'm going to be going to rehab after my hip replacement, and a place where you're at is on my short list.
You really ought to seriously consider it, because a lot of people don't know it's here, Southeastern Rehabilitation Center at Charlton Memorial.
God bless.
It really, really, it's excellent. It's attached to Charlton, so if any medical, real serious things go wrong, they've got doctors constantly coming through. But really, I have to tell you, the rehabilitation staff here, and I mean, so many wonderful, Chris, Sharon, I'm guaranteed to leave someone out. One of the rehabilitation therapists here, she moved up from Connecticut. She bought a house in my old neighborhood in Freetown. So it's one of these funny things where the world got smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
They've all been so great to me here. Empathetic. They push you, but they are empathetic, but they leave it up to you. In a sense, really, this place is another gem in our area that a lot of people don't realize is here. I didn't know it was here.
Let me get these phone lines all set up for you. Good morning. You're on with Chris McCarthy.
Good morning, Phil.
Good morning. Hi. Say hello to Chris.
Hi, Chris. I'm so happy that you are doing so well. This is Laura Morales. I heard you on my vacation the day after Mother's Day. You were on with Barry, and right away that very day I sent you a card, a very funny card, actually, that I thought you'd get a big kick out of. And I'm so glad that you received it and you enjoy all your cards, and you're making a speedy recovery, and all the prayers have been so bountiful for you. I'm just so happy to hear your voice.
Thank you so much. The cards have been wonderful. People have been so generous. As I attempt to put my life back together, it's wonderful to know I got so many people out there who are willing to help out and support me. And again, people have shared funny cards, really beautiful heartfelt cards, and even some people have shared their own experiences or family members' experiences.
Sure.
Even the fact that, look, I don't want to. I'm having a wonderful time as I'm getting better here, really embracing life. But let's not forget the people who did pass away.
That's
let's not
right.
forget the late Fred Kalish, the former mayor of the city of New Bedford. Let's not forget Officer Cassidy from New Bedford who passed away. There were other people as well whose names I don't
Yeah, Toy Forts, and so many. You're right.
Too many people.
Yeah.
Too many people.
Yeah.
But let's not have any more if we can.
Right, exactly. Laura, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, Phil.
All right, darling. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye now.
Let's go over here, and you're on with Chris McCarthy. Good morning. Go right ahead, caller.
Morning.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well.
Good. Chris.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Hello.
he's there. Go ahead.
Hey, Chris, I just wanted to say, I listen to you every day. I don't know if you recognize my voice. I didn't even know you was in the hospital, and I'm so shocked. But you know what? I hear you getting better, and that's the way to do it, brother. Get better. Get out of there. Get back in that station. We miss you.
Thank you so much. I will be out of here eventually, and I'll be back in that station. As we put things back together.
I can barely hear him. So.
He's thanking you, and he says he's coming back as soon as he can.
Yeah,
You do that, brother. Listen, get well. Thanks for having me on the air. Thank you.
You betcha.
Get well, Chris. Get well.
Recovery. Look, the COVID. I beat the COVID
Yeah.
virus, but it did create some additional issues for me. That really the thing spins differently in everyone's body. And we got over right away. It caused a lot more damage. But again, the folks here are helping me get it all back together again.
You want a few more? Can you take
Sure,
a few?
let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Hello there. Good morning. You're on the air with Chris.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning. Hi.
Morning.
Oh, it's Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad Chris is doing He's doing well. I'm just so glad.
He's
because
right
it's
here. Say hello
that's a
to
scary
him.
situation.
Say hello to
You hear
Chris.
so many people passing away from it, and
Oh, I know
I
it.
mean,
I
he's
know.
very lucky.
Yes, he knows that. Say hello to him directly, though. He's on.
Is he on the phone,
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm listening to you.
Chris?
Yes.
You can probably hardly hear him, but he's on.
Oh, okay. Okay, Chris, I'm so glad that you're doing better. That was a close call, no doubt. But I'm just glad you're doing better.
Thank you. I'll tell you, Phil, one thing that my godfather was my Foxy, David Pendergast. He was down in Florida, and at one point, Phil, the doctors came to me and said, "This is how close I was." Right? I mean, it was over basically, and they said, "You gotta. Is there anybody you know who we can call right now who could talk to you that might help inspire you?" I said, "Well, call my godfather." So my godfather, they piped his phone call into the room from Florida as he gave me this speech, like, "You go get him, Tiger. You can do it,"
Yeah.
And I realized as he was giving me the speech, he was trying to motivate me.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I realized the only time you get one of those speeches, right, like you're strong enough, you can do it, is when you are really, really in trouble.
Yes.
Right? So I realized, I said, "Oh my God, really, literally, oh my God, I am at death's door, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
If they're piping in my godfather to give me a motivational speech like I'm Rudy, in that movie from the Notre Dame football player, I said, "Hey kid, you better buckle down here because the show's about over." Right? But obviously the show's not over.
No, it's not.
I lived through, but really it's things like that. My godfather speaking to me, Natalie, of course. Natalie came out
I
there.
love Natalie.
Oh, she's been so strong through all of this.
Yes.
Coming out there and having to, she came back at one point from the hospital and, she's been so strong, but she just broke down.
Sure.
At one point from it, called Hank Turgeon.
Yep.
And said to him, "Hank, call the radio station." He happened to call Barry's show and ask everybody to pray for Chris because I don't think he's going to make it. Now it's, and she even said, and isn't this reflective? She said, "I'm not even sure if God's listening to my prayers,
Yeah.
So she said, "Please, Hank Turgeon, to ask all the audience members of WBSM to please start praying because Chris needs it." And obviously they did, Phil.
Yes,
I made it,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah, God.
Here I am
yes.
sitting in an easy chair talking on the phone to you.
Mr. Important here. You're on with Chris. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Phil.
Hi, good morning.
Can you hear me, Phil?
Yeah, I can hear you, and so can Chris.
Hey, Chris, I've been praying for you, buddy.
Thank you, and it worked. I appreciate it.
I've been praying for you every day. I pray for your speedy recovery, I didn't know your other nickname was Rudy. Hang in there,
That's all you can do.
Just think, Chris, I'm thinking of you and I'm praying for you, buddy. You're going to come out of it, all right?
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, Phil.
Thank you.
All right. Enjoy the day, all right,
Okay,
Phil?
thank you so much. I'm sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
For anybody, there's no atheists in foxholes, right? There's no atheists in the hospital ICU units either.
Yep.
I hope not, anyway.
Yep, I hear you. Back to the phone lines. Wow, you're popular. Hello there. Good morning. If you want to join us, by the way, call right now, folks. 508-996-0500. Caller, go right ahead. You're on with Chris.
Hi, is that me?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. This is Ann. I just want to thank the Lord for answering all the prayers.
Thank you.
I never listened to your program until I heard you on the other day. Saying about what you had gone through. So I started sending you cards.
Yeah, you're a future fan.
Yes. So I listen to you every morning. I just don't
Thank
go. I don't go past the 10 o'clock.
Well, we're going to send you a "I'm a Chris fan" bumper sticker that you
Got
can.
it. You got it. I just want to thank the Lord for answering prayers.
Thank you, Ann. I appreciate that. Really, truthfully,
God
I want to
bless
thank
you
him
and
as
me.
well.
Just
I thank him every day.
Keep
for
on enfolding you in his arms.
Yep.
And
Yep.
pouring his healing balm on you, and I want to thank you
Okay.
for being on today.
Thank you.
Okay, God bless you both.
Thank you so much.
Philip,
Yeah.
People have been so wonderful with their prayers, their support, generosity. It's been really wonderful, really.
All righty, we got, let's see. Oh, my gosh, look at all these. Go ahead, caller. You're on with Chris.
Hi, is it me on the phone?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Chris. I listened to you. Excuse me. I listened to you on the radio, and I just sent you a card.
Thank you.
I hope you got my card.
I'm sure I will.
And I'm glad that you're doing good.
Thank you so much. I have gotten so many wonderful cards. You could send them right to the Southeastern Rehabilitation Center, Charlton Memorial Hospital.
Hi.
They get
I
them over
listened
to
to
me.
Chris on the radio when he was on.
Yes,
and I'm so glad he's doing better.
He heard you loud and clear.
And I did send him a card, and I'll be sending more cards to him.
That's awesome. Thank you.
They mean so much to me. They really do.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
It's kind of a joke here about how much mail I get, you know?
Oh, yeah. They know they have a celebrity there at the rehab.
At least someone who people are praying for, and believe me, they worked. If you looked at, if you did. By the way, I think at WBSM.com the other interview is up. But this has been such a wonderful. It's a very strange thing to say, Phil, but near death is a wonderful experience. As long as it's emphasis on the near death.
Yep. I have to ask you then. Do you look at anything differently now?
Well, let me say this. I always had a faith in God. I always believed in Mother Teresa. I met her. I felt the spiritual power around her. But I have to tell you something. There's nothing quite like living through an experience like that. If for people who didn't hear the last time, I'm quite convinced that Mother Teresa accompanied me through the very painful experience of being on the ventilator. Most people do not survive the ventilator. The nurses at the ICU in New Bedford told me they felt like they saw me or they watched me. I'm not saying they have the same religious beliefs I have, but they said they saw me move in the bed, like I was moving next to someone.
Wow.
And at the same time, I have a vision, a memory in my head of moving next to Mother Teresa and going into something like a chute, the best way to describe it. And then, and I lived, when most people who were on the ventilator died. And I truly believe that was because of the intervention of God and Mother Teresa.
Chris, what do you mean by a chute?
Well, it's almost like a cocoon. That would be the way I would describe it. Something like that. With her next to me, and I'm alive today to tell the story.
Yes, you
People
are.
can doubt it. That's their own belief.
That's right.
But I will say this: I was open for it when I needed it, and that's that. I appreciate that. Which is not to say that the other people. Look, it may be that God didn't want anything to do with me. That's why He kept me away. I don't know, and embraced all the other people. But really, again, there's no doubt in my mind that the prayers of the audience and the great thoughts of the audience worked a miracle.
Yes, and I'm sure that God has a lot in store for you in the future, Chris. Let's go over here, and you're on with Chris McCarthy. Good morning. Go right ahead, caller. Caller, you are next. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Hi, this is Sean Fitzgerald calling for my longtime friend, Chris McCarthy.
Who is this?
Sean Fitzgerald.
Hey, Sean, how are you? Good to
Chris, how are you there?
Good.
I'm so happy to hear that you are alive and that you're doing much better, my friend.
Alive and well and looking to raise some hell again.
Very good.
Thank
you. As we get older in life, there aren't many people who have carried on along with us in this long journey, and I look back at how long we've known each other and once we were children, and this last year has been very brutal for so many people.
Yes.
And, when I heard the news that you were sick, it was alarming for me. I've had a couple friends pass. I'm sure we've all had people pass, and not really being able to reach out and express myself to you, and I echo the sentiments of all the callers. We're so happy that you're alive and that you're doing better. And,
thanks, Sean. I appreciate it. I've known Sean. God, I don't know.
Wow.
Really,
recovery.
Certainly.
Sean, thank you ever so much. Appreciate that.
It's been wonderful, hearing from people. But Phil, I mean, it's really, there really is the prayers of the audience. I have to say this because there is something. There's a reason I survived when most people didn't. And by the way, let me just put in a plug for St. Luke's. If I got the COVID virus, the Fairhaven Fire Department saved me by encouraging me to go to the hospital. Natalie by calling the Fairhaven paramedics and getting them to come grab me and talk some sense into me. But at St. Luke's, by the way, if you're going to have a stroke or multiple strokes or heart attacks. Try to be at St. Luke's when you have those. That, I think, was crucial to my surviving. Mm-hmm. That I waited until I was in the hospital to begin to have all those near-death experiences.
Yes.
So if you can schedule it, please do it that way.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Do you have a couple more minutes?
Sure, Phil. Go ahead.
Okay, great. Let's go right over here. 996-0500. Good morning. We're having a problem with these phones. Good morning.
Hello?
Hello.
Phil?
Yes, hi.
It's Donna. How are you?
Fine, Donna. Say hello to Chris.
Christopher. Oh, my God.
Hi, Donna.
I am so happy you survived this because my mom died in January from COVID. She was 83 years old. You're an inspiration, and I'm constantly praying for you, and you sound awesome. And Phil, you're a good man.
Thank you. Thank you, Donna. Appreciate it. Oh, isn't that nice of her, huh?
No, it's wonderful, and she's been so nice, and really, really appreciate it. I have to tell you, let me just, again, as you go along in these phone calls, I will have to tell you, early on in this, Scott Lang was so wonderful. He's been great all along, but the former mayor, but he was making sure he had the newspapers sent up to me until at some point that was ridiculous because I wasn't able to read them. But again,
but
Scott
that's
knew,
Scott. Yes.
Yeah, it is
yep.
Scott, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
And other people here, around me, and the neighbors. My neighbors have all been so wonderful. To Natalie and to everyone, and people, swing by. Marcus, by the way, Marcus has been a regular visitor here. For a while. I thought he might actually be in the hospital. Marcus has been out here so much, but I do appreciate it. I will tell you one other thing, Phil, about the ventilator.
Yeah.
When you go, I wish that on no one, but something. So I had about a 3-hour conversation. What seems like a number of weeks ago. It was a number of weeks ago now. With Congressman Bill Keating. He called me. Hugh Dunn brought out a phone, and we had a conversation because his father was on the ventilator years and years ago.
Oh, wow.
And so he and I talked about the experiences I had and the experiences his father had, because it changes you in some ways, because it is such a brutal experience that if you survive it, it has a religious component to it. But Congressman Keating was so nice to spend, I think, about a couple of hours, actually, he and I going back and forth speaking, about the different experiences, because, you feel weird, and I don't know how to explain it, being one of the few people to actually survive that experience. But
look at that. How wonderful of the congressman.
No, very, very nice
to embrace you like that, Chris.
To share his dad's experience,
Well, hey, that's the kind of person you are. They love you. We all love you. You're on with Chris. Good morning. Go right.
Me?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Hi, Chris.
Hey, good morning.
I am so very glad that you're okay. You are an inspiration to a lot of people, myself included. My name is Amara. I run a division support group here in New Bedford. And, we all have our problems. We all have. We've looked at you, and you are a true inspiration. Keep up the good work. Can't wait for you to get back again.
Wow.
Well, I can't wait to get back. Thank you so
much. What a gorgeous phone call. Wow.
As I continue to rehabilitate here at the Charlton Memorial Hospital and put the pieces of my life back together, it's been weird because one of the biggest issues that I've had is that I was laying in bed for 50 days at St. Luke's Hospital.
Right.
Recuperating, so my muscles deteriorated,
Of course.
So it's the fact that you survive the disease, but in the process of surviving it also takes its own toll,
Of course, Chris. But you sound so good. Your spirit is there, and you're right on. Your wit is always there, but it's there. Thank God.
But I have to say this again. The rehabilitation staff and medical staff here at the hospital at Charlton have been so nice because, again, it's empathy, right?
Of course.
They push me, but I've had enough. I have to say this. Like everybody, I could, fall into a woe is me.
Yep. Sure.
Deals, right?
Easily.
But, yeah, those things happen. But they've been so motivating here, right? And just going along and pushing me and keeping me going and keeping me. Again, I've been motivated. The one thing I have is really is, a great support network around me, and that includes everyone who's listening to me right now. I appreciate it.
Chris, let's do 2 more,
sure.
and then I've got to, I'm behind in commercials. They won't mind, though. Hello there.
Good morning, Phil.
Good morning. Say hi to Chris.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. The prayers got answered. And you have no idea how grateful all of us in this community are for you. Because that's the whole thing, all of it. Because you bring a blessing to a lot of people in so many different ways. And we're so grateful. And Phil, before I go, because his Chris is on, do us all a favor. Play the miracle song for the Miracle Man. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. See, you see what you do, Chris? This is you.
So I'll tell you, like for instance, the New Bedford Fire Union sent me an absolutely beautiful card that Natalie took home to have framed. Kevin Cormier from the union's come by to see me here. Ian Abreu's come by. Well, in fact, they were together. Came by to see me. In fact, Ian came by to drop the budget off at my request. right, because I wanted to see what shenanigans we might have going on. I'll be ready when I come back.
Shenanigans. Caller, you're going to be the last one to say hello to Chris.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
This is Taylor.
Taylor!
How you doing,
I don't believe it.
Hey, Chris, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. By the way, keep that baby going to a music
I'm
hall.
so glad. I'm so glad. Now, I just have a couple of questions.
Sure.
When Scott Lang brought you those newspapers, did he sit down and do that thing where he reads the comic strips out loud to you?
He didn't do that, but he did tell me to put a hat on, for God's sake.
That's one of my favorite things he does. And you know, when you get out of there, are you going to be recording a PSA for the vaccine with Scott Lang, who will at the end say, "And for God's sakes, wear a hat"?
I think we have to do that. But by the way, without asking him, I believe the reading comics section will be back on the Chris McCarthy Show.
Oh, that's great. Look at this. Taylor, nobody more perfect to end
Taylor,
this.
Great job. Taylor, you've been keeping me company on the
I can hardly make out Chris, but we love you. We've been praying for you. You've been on my mind every day. And just like at the end of the Smokey and the Bandit, Buford T. Justice, he says, "I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up." That's been you this whole time, pal.
Yes.
And we love you.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you, Taylor. Really, really, I appreciate it. And again,
thank you.
God bless you. God bless you guys. Love you.
Love you too. Taylor Cormier, who's on his way up to work now with Howie Carr. Chris, I have 1 minute here to embrace you in my love and in my prayers, my buddy. In my prayers.
Look, I can't wait to get back to work. I've missed, not working is a weird thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to get back to work. I know Natalie can't wait for me to get back to work. Quite frankly.
You give her our love.
She's going to have some readjusting to do when I move.
And you tell B there, you tell her to keep up the great work along with the kid from Freetown and all the people who are helping you, our dear, dear love, Chris McCarthy.
Thank you, Phil. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much.
Betcha.
And again, more clothes next time you send the card.
All righty.
Maybe we'll auction it off.
Bye, Chris.
Thanks, Phil. Thank you so much.
This has been awesome.
I love all the audience. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Amen. Bye-bye.